Today's destination brings us to
the Comedy Barn.
The Comedy Barn is a family variety show of clean family comedy. We are going to join the 8 o'clock show, and Frizzled Chicken, which is right next door here, is another place that you can eat at before or after the comedy show. Caution. Dangerous baby rabbit. I know what it is. What would you expect? The actual baby rabbit is right there. Oh, yeah, there it is. This one says, beware of the man-eating chicken. Look at your own risk.
Bonzo, that's not a bathroom. It is now. That's my. Smile pretty. Quit laughing. How I got
Hey everybody, it's Future Brent here, and I just wanted to follow up with you on a quick review of the Comedy Barn. We thoroughly enjoyed the Comedy Barn, and I will say, and if you hear that tapping in the back, by the way, that is our dog, Bo. He's not in too many of the shots because he doesn't do a whole lot of traveling with us. We do have someone who typically watches him when we do have to go out of town. But I will say that none of our friends or acquaintances had really talked much about the Comedy Barn, but my father-in-law, who makes many trips out to the Gatlinburg area, we're about 2 hours and 45 minutes roughly away from the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. He typically goes to the Comedy Barn when he makes his trips out there, and he's been many times and highly recommended it. Bo's a little jealous that the camera's getting all the attention right now. But he highly recommended it, and I didn't know what to think, just because I haven't heard much about it. But the first night that we went, they had a, I think, 5 o'clock or 5:30 show, as well as a 8 or 8:30 show, and both of them were sold out. And so we had to get tickets for the very next day, and when I heard that they were sold out, at that point I knew, okay, well, this must be something pretty spectacular and significant in order for it to be sold out. So we went in, we were in the 6th row, we had tickets for the 6th row, and I want to talk about the concession stands real quick, because that's something you don't typically see in the reviews, and I was really shocked and surprised to see they had some pretty good food, right? I mean, I think you got a hot dog, and...
Yeah, the hot dog and the popcorn and the slushie, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was almost like a movie, but it was live and...
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's pretty much like movie theater style concessions.
Like movies don't have like hot dogs or corn dogs.
Some movie theaters, but not the ones that we go to, right? So, you know, right away you go in, you have a concession stand, some snacks to keep tide over. The show was about an hour and a half, and it contained so much. I mean, there were so many different comedians. There was music. They had a lot of crowd interaction where the crowd members and volunteers, and sometimes some people who were voluntold to go up on the stage were part of the show, which was pretty cool. And that also adds to the not only spontaneity of the show, but also the uniqueness and authenticity that you're going to see each and every single time, because we're actually probably going to go back again. We have several trips lined up to the Smoky Mountains here in the next several months, but in March we do plan to go again, and we fully expect for that show to be almost, probably 90% different due to the fact that there's going to be different volunteers, there's going to be different comedians, and we're very much looking forward to that. I laughed the entire time. Jennifer laughed the entire time. My father-in-law laughed the entire time, and I looked over at the boys; they were laughing. Tell us what your thoughts were, and what did you enjoy about the Comedy Barn from a kid's perspective?
So I like that they had the dog show, the juggling. It was pretty dangerous with the juggling. I mean, super, with the taser. I really liked the guy where, like the drummer that they had, like the bandana thing. So they talked about like a horse kicking his head. So.
So you'll have to go and watch the show to know a little bit more about what he's talking about. But there was a comedian who juggled, and one of the many dangerous things that he juggled was he actually had a live taser, and he did show that it was real and very live and active. And so that was very, I think, one of a kind. I've never seen that happen before. But all in all, from an adult perspective, I will say, Bo's being jealous again. I will say I highly recommend the Comedy Barn. Like I said, I can't wait to go back. We just won't have the time in our upcoming trips to be able to visit the Comedy Barn, but we're going to spend probably 9 or 10 days in March in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge as well, and we'll definitely be back. And so, Gentry, from a kid's perspective, would you recommend the Comedy Barn?
Yes, definitely.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks again. Oh, and Bo would like to say goodbye. He's jealous. He wants to say goodbye there. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. And we thank you so much for tuning in today. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Every Day is Saturday.